Tapa, Swadhyay, Ishvara Pranidhanani, Kriya Yogaha. I do not want to translate this sutra with few words. I'll give you my translation, because each word I need to use lot of words to translate. I have my own unique way of translating, because when you use that word tapaha in this context, in the sutra, that word can mean in 10 different ways. I wanted to use all the 10 meanings so that you have a comprehensive understanding. Just like yesterday, I was trying to explain the word nirodha. That one word, if you misunderstand, whole life you will be struggling and wasting the life, not knowing your problem or solution. Here, I do not want to make that mistake. Tapaha. Tapaha means the suffering. Even the word suffering is too small. The happening in you, the churning in you, which you may not enjoy, but has to be gone through, has to be experienced during your attunement towards enlightenment. Please understand. Tapa means the churning which you need to go through, which you need to experience when you make yourself in tune with what you want is tapa. If I were to put it in this way, what you want will be inside you as a seed and start expressing itself as reality in your physical biomemory and in the world which you project from this physical biomemory. When that seed from the consciousness penetrates, opens up, occupies your biomemory, projects itself into the reality and sees as the world. From the seed moment to this experience, whatever process happens which you need to go through is tapas. If you love it, you call it as joyful tapas. If you hate it, call it as painful suffering. It is up to you, but tapas is this. When psychological mutation and physiological mutation crisscrosses each other, happens chaos. When psychological mutation and physiological mutation is falling in tune, happens tapas. When psychological mutation and physiological mutation are going hand in hand, parallelly, beautifully, happens is incarnation. Please understand, physiological mutation. What I mean by that word, physiological mutation. When you grab an idea from the outer world and digest that idea constantly, make your body fall in tune with that idea without any hypocrisy. If you have completed your whole physiological system is in tune with that idea, that is what I call physiological mutation. No resistance from physiological system for that idea. It is physiological mutation. For example, yoga postures. You take up an idea, standing upside down, Shirasasana, for 15 minutes will help me to be healthy. are brilliant. First, there will be a lot of physiological resistance. But you practice, in few days, you are able to do it. So, physiological mutation of Sirasasana has happened in you. It's a one idea I am expressing. Then psychological mutation. For example, ahimsa, non-violence. The idea is conceived in your heart, and slowly, constantly your heart cherishes that idea, and that compassion is filled in your whole psychological system. Finally, your whole psychological system is able to respond to any situation, at any crisis, at any moment, at any question, for anything established in that compassion is psychological mutation. Now the psychological mutation has happened in you with the one idea of compassion, non-violence. When this physiological mutation and psychological mutation crisscrosses each other, means the social conditioning and the cosmic understanding crisscrosses each other, happens chaos. Please understand, many of your physiological mutation are related to social conditioning. They are not the ultimate truth. Many of you are physiologically muted based on social condition. You can see in your life. Even if you like to pick up something from a shop, your physiological mutation is such, your hand will not stretch. I am not saying you should steal. No. I am saying, giving you the simple example of physiological mutation. Many times you can see the physiological mutation is such that the social conditionings are observed and lived. See, the physiological mutation happening because of social conditioning always creates bondage and suppression in you, suffering in you. This physiological mutation, when it crisscrosses the psychological mutation is the idea you cherished and ready to express spontaneously. The ideas which have grown in you and expressing itself spontaneously without any struggle. When those ideas, when that mutation crisscrosses, this mutation means when there is a fight, conflict, chaos happens in your life. When these two are trying to fall in tune with each other, tapas happens in your life. When these two are completely in tune with each other, incarnation happens in your life. You become incarnation. The physiological mutation, psychological mutation, understand these two truths. When they are not in tune, when they are constantly fighting, chaos. When they are trying to fall in tune, coming to an agreement, MOU is signed, Memorandum of Understanding is signed, then what happens in you is tapas. When that complete tuning has happened, both of them are living happily. Only in the stories it happens. The word, ever after they lived happily. But all movies end with that word. Understand? Because after uttering that word, they lived happily ever after, you can't show any more scenes. If you show the scenes, then you will be disturbing your own statement. You will be disproving your own statement. Anyhow. But really, rarely, these two mutations happen in one body and live very comfortably. beautifully. The body in which both live very comfortably, beautifully expressing. That body only I call as incarnation. So, from chaos, you need to move to tapas. From tapas to the state of enlightenment, samadhi. So, the definition of tapas is the physiological mutation and psychological mutation trying to fall in tune with each other, signing a memorandum of understanding. Then comes Swadhyay. Swadhyay means receiving the technical information for solutions, not just ultimate, even your immediate problems. Understand? Swadhyaya is translated by many teachers as spiritual study. Relax. No. From my experience, I tell you, Swadhyaya means receiving the technical information which you need to solve your immediate and ultimate problems. That is Swadhyaya. Ishvara Pranidhanani. Ishvara Pranidhana means relaxing with a deep restful awareness and unshakable arrogance. Please understand, I am using a strong word. Any arrogance based on your own intellectual understanding is shakeable. The arrogance word may not be the right word when I say unshakable arrogance, because lack of words. I am using that word. When your understanding is established by the restful awareness or the relaxation into the divine, surrendering of the divine, you will have something called unshakable arrogance. Ramakrishna says, Vidyahankara. He says, Avidyahankara means thinking, I have this, I am in this post, I have this money, I have this power, I have these relationships, I am big guy. This is Avidyahankara. Vidyahankara means I belong to Krishna. I can't be cheated. I am going to rest in his space. I am at the feet of Shiva. And I have a direct connection with my master. Nothing can shake me. Unshakable arrogance. I can say confidence can be a superficial word. Neither unshakable arrogance nor the word confidence can be a complete word for the Vidyahankara. I am trying to express the idea of Vidyahankara. But neither the unshakable arrogance nor the confidence is the complete word. So understand this concept. This concept is, when you have that Ishvara Pranidhanani, surrendering to Ishvara, suddenly you have unshakable, untouchable, undisturbable awareness, which even king cannot shake.